Once you have a good, reliable broadband service coming into your house, whether it's fibre to the home or 4G, you no longer need that old-fashioned landline to bring the internet into your home. However, that old-fashioned phone line is still bringing in your old-fashioned landline. In other words, you're paying for two different ways of communicating with the outside world. There is an alternative. There's a technology called VoIP that can run your phone number over the internet so you don't need that old-fashioned landline anymore. VoIP stands for Voice over Internet Protocol, and it does pretty much what it sounds like. It puts voice over the internet. In fact, if you've ever used the WhatsApp or the Facebook calling facilities, you will have used that technology. There are lots of companies that offer this technology, but you do have to pay for it. It'll vary between about £10 and £30 depending on the package you get, but it's likely to be cheaper than keeping that old-fashioned landline coming into your home. Now, if you do decide to take the VoIP plunge, there are two crucial things you've got to think about. First up, you have to consider whether your new broadband connection is actually reliable enough for you to get rid of your own phone line. Now, only you can answer this, but for example, I ran my new connection alongside my old-fashioned phone line for about 6 months before I was confident enough to get rid of the phone line and just do all my voice calls over the internet. And the second thing, and this is crucial, if you want to keep your old phone number, you must transfer to a VoIP service before you get rid of your landline. If you get rid of your landline first, that's it, your number's gone. VoIP systems are a combination of software and hardware. The software to do all the communicating and the hardware to give you somewhere to plug a phone into. Now, this may come as a separate box that you attach to your router, it may come as a new handset, or some modern routers actually have a VoIP connection at the back of them, so you can literally just plug your phone in once you've got your service up and running. There are various tricks that VoIP can do that an old-fashioned landline could never do. For example, some services give you an app that you can put onto your mobile phone that allows you to make and receive calls from your landline number as if you were in your house from wherever you are in the world. All you need is an internet connection. It's a bit like the way we assume that we can pick up our email globally wherever we are. Now, there are a couple of other things you need to think about. The first one is whether you actually need a landline at all. Many people, and I'm one of them, have decided to go for mobiles only. Now, if you don't have a mobile signal in your house, most modern mobile phones like this one and most of the others you can buy can do something called Wi-Fi calling. This means my phone can connect to my Wi-Fi and then I can make calls as if I was using the ordinary mobile network, and it works pretty well. If you decide to go down the VoIP path and get rid of your copper phone line, then there's one really important thing you've got to think about. That is it crucial to you to always have a phone working? Because during a power cut, your router will stop working. Now, if you've got a mobile phone, that's not necessarily a problem. But if you haven't, your router stops, your VoIP stops, and you're cut off. The thing to do about this is to make sure that you talk to your ISP before you make the decision. They will be able to discuss with you the possibilities of getting a battery backup for your router that will keep everything going for a short while after the power goes out. VoIP can be a useful technology and it can do some very clever tricks. However, remember that it's relatively new, particularly in the home market. So before you make a decision to go down the VoIP path, you must make sure that you talk to both your VoIP provider and your ISP, they could be the same thing, and check that everything is going to work properly together. If you have any questions about broadband or VoIP or any related technology, a good place to start is the Farsisher website. There's information there and it may well either answer your question or point you in the right direction.